Okay. My name is Matt Baker, and today I'll be talking to you about enhanced interrogation techniques. Since 9/11, the United States has been on high alert for any and all terrorist attacks and terrorist activity anywhere all over the world, especially in the United States. Due to the United States' inability to effectively gain information in any other way, the enhanced interrogation techniques were developed by the CIA with the Army under the supervision of President Bush in order to effectively gain more information. Today, they are still under much criticism and have been formally removed by President Obama, but I am arguing that they should be reinstated, and they were a very effective means of gaining valuable information. First off, enhanced interrogation is criticized mainly as being torture. Everything about it is an established legal standard for interrogation, and therefore it is not illegal at all and not torture. Article 147 of the Fourth Geneva Convention defines torture as inhumane treatment, including biological experiments, willfully causing great suffering or serious injury to body or health. Now, all of the techniques involved in enhanced interrogation were not anything permanent. There was no permanent damage caused. The most popular and well-publicized tactic, I bet all of you know, is waterboarding. Technique where you are strapped to a board, put with wet rags and I believe plastic of some sort over your face, and water is poured on you and you have the sensation like you're drowning. The thing is, everything in the guidelines for administering this treatment was said, if they cry out, you stop, and that was that. Another tactic, which is kind of something we actually do a lot at Disneyland, you simply stand in place for hours. And we all know when you're waiting in line, I mean, how bad can that actually be? Another point is enhanced interrogation is very effective. Recently released CIA documents say that a June 3rd 2005 report, it states, one of the gains to detaining the additional terrorists has been the thwarting of a number of al-Qaeda operations in the United States and overseas. Two big events that have supposedly been prevented was one was a planned bombing of the Statue of Liberty, and another was a bombing of the Brooklyn Bridge. Now, I don't know about you, but to me that states right there's two huge national landmarks that have been prevented from being potentially destroyed completely and many innocent lives lost. And my final point is that enhanced interrogation is necessary. According to the DC Shuffle, and it's probably something we can all infer, no terrorist is going to willingly give up any information. If you think about it, I mean, you're involved in a club, a secret organization, something like that, something fun. You don't willingly give up where you're going to meet, anything like that, anything what you're going to do. We need techniques that are more effective than what is outlined in the Army handbook, which does give techniques, but it gives techniques like approach them with love and caring. It's like they're a terrorist. ABC News stated, and it's a legal method of preventing the loss of American lives. Now, it is a method that is necessary, it is required. There are so many more attacks that have not been publicized and just are stated kind of in general by the CIA that state, the CIA has released reports stating that the use of enhanced interrogation has prevented multiple al-Qaeda attacks, both on U.S. soil and overseas, as stated earlier. But many of them are not actually defined, they won't say what they are, or if they're lying, you never really know. Potentially, EIT was the most legal method and most effective means we ever had of gaining information from terrorists. It's no longer in use. The Obama administration has completely removed it. According to the Juris Legal News, they now use only the techniques outlined in the Army Field Manual on Interrogation. All in all, enhanced interrogation was, and hopefully someday will once again be, the most effective means of gaining information the United States has ever had. It met all of the legal standards for interrogation. It was very effective, and it was probably still is one of the most necessary things that the United States has in a way, a weapon against terrorism. Thank you.
All right. I think you want to use the history as your attention device instead of just telling us what the topic is. It's there at the beginning and it sets it up okay, so that's fine. Your claim does include a policy claim there, so you want to stick to the factual issue. I didn't think that the main ideas were set up very clearly in a preview, and although I did hear you signpost a couple of things during the course of the speech, I didn't think that they were as clear as they could have been. Nicely, like we had in an earlier experience, at the summary, I thought you did a better job of indicating what the supporting structure was than in the speech itself, and I think that helps. Don't forget, sometimes you can rescue people who are not quite hearing you as well as they could at that last moment, and I think that you did a nice job with that summary there. You've got a couple of examples that you cite. Of course, you've got the hypotheticals that you're dealing with as well. I think that you need to have a little bit more authoritative citation on your sources. You are using general information sources to cite the successes, and I think you could be more particular. You do sort of criticize your own source at one point, suggesting that maybe the CIA is lying. How the hell would we know? And I think that doesn't really help you advance your claim on that particular point. So I think the argument could be a little bit stronger. I did think that you started off, trying to argue the question about whether or not it's torture. That was the clearest part of the argument, and then the rest of it needed to be just as clear, and it wasn't quite. All right, thank you.